Hi everyone, this is Tony from MathProfits. In this video we'll see how to use the new Betpractice suite to identify games that tend to have over 0.5 goals at half time. If you don't know what Betpractice is, you have a link in the description to this video to my Betpractice Ultimate Guide. You can also access it by tapping on your browser mathprofits.com/betpractice. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions. If you are interested in buying access to it, you can get a 20% off your subscription using the code MathProfits. Now, I would like to take a moment to thank BetCazador for this strategy. Check out his channel for more videos about betting and sport trading. For this strategy, we'll use Betpractice to filter games from more than 200 competitions worldwide to get a few games that are likely to have goals on the first half. Now, the first thing we need to do is configure a profile in Betpractice. And as explained before in the previous video about over 2.5 goals strategy, Betpractice lets you create unlimited profiles, so you should create one for each of your strategies. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go here on the left to Account Management. And here in the plus symbol, we click Create a new profile. Give it a name, say over 0.5 half time. Click Save. Okay, so now we're gonna give it some criteria, some conditions. We click here Modify, and we want just to check the current season with the home as home and the away as away. So we click Select. And here in Favorite Markets, let's get rid of all this and just search for over 0.5. First half goal over 0.5, this one here. We click. Select your favorite bookmaker. In my case, it's going to be Bet365 and Betfair. And we click Save. Now make sure that you also click Activate. You'll notice a little star going here. Now we know that our profile has been activated. Okay, so let's go to Pre-Game tab. All right, here we are. Now, Betpractice is showing us 31 matches out of 53 that are being played today. So now we're going to filter this down a little bit. Here on the right, presets and filters. We go to Add Filters. And here in the real odds range, we're going to add here until 1.25. Why is this? Because we want Betpractice to show us games that are likely to have over 0.5 goals at the halftime at least 80% of the times. So this is the equivalent to 80% translated to odds. So we click Done, then I'm done. We're down to 9 matches from 7 leagues. But if we have a look at here, we have this is the Premier League Cup. This is an international friendly game. So you see there are some of these competitions. Betpractice database is still not strong enough. So you can see that we're having this real odds is not really real, if you excuse the redundancy, because it's only taking one game. This one is taking 3. So it doesn't really have statistic validity. Whereas, for instance, this one, we have a 21 games being taken into consideration for the sample. These numbers, you can trust on them. You can rely on these numbers. Let's see the Italian Serie B, of course, 16, that it's fine. Now, 9. I wouldn't take any sample below 10. So let's add another filter to get rid of all this noise. So if we click here, Modify, and we go here to Misc Filter, in sample real odds, we're gonna range from 10. We want minimum 10 games to be displayed in this filter. Oh, here we go. Now we have these 4. And now before we forget, let's click Save As. And we're gonna give it a title over 0.5, minimum 10 games. Okay, here we go. Click Save. And now we have our presets saved anytime we want to use them. If we go here to add a preset, your presets, you'll see here over 0.5, minimum 10 games. All right, here we go. So what to look to confirm this hypothesis that we have that these 4 games, according to Betpractice, should be 80% chance that they're going to be over 0.5 in the first half. All right, so let's take the first one. Let's take West Bromwich Albion against Stoke City. And I'd like to have a look straight away to the real odds general sample, just to have an idea of how these teams are playing. We don't have any exact matchup yet, but let's have a look individually. So if we go here to the score column, if you click on the score, it will display you who and when goals has been scored. So here we have that one has been scored in the first half, that would qualify for our bet. Next game, another 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3, 4, 5, looking good, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so as you can tell, in West Bromwich Albion playing as home, 10 games out of 10 of the last 10 games, there have been goals in the first half. So that's a good indicator that this team, for whatever reason, when they play home, maybe they tend to be open, maybe they really go for it and they open a lot of spaces, and sometimes they score, sometimes they concede. Just to clarify, we have 13 games in the sample. Let's check the rest. One. Okay, this one not, and this one either. All right, so it's only 2 games out of 13 that there hasn't been any goals in the first half. Let's have a look now to Stoke City. Again, 13 games as sample. So we have 1, 2, this one not, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this one's 0, 0. No, so it's 8 out of 10. Again, very good indicators. Let's just out of curiosity. This one no, this one yes, and this one yes. So as you can tell, these 2 teams tend to have goals over 0.5 if we look at past performance, which, by the way, it's never guarantee of future results. But at least we have some statistics behind our analysis. We're not just gambling that there's going to be a goal first half just because we feel like it. We kind of have strong indicators that these 2 teams tend to be positive in the over 0.5 half time. But let's go a bit deeper and let's send this game to the Explore to have a better look of when may the goal happen. The Explore, we only have the market that we've selected right now, and here you have also the head-to-head analysis. Just for extra data, you can see how they've been performing at home, how many goals they're conceding, both into scores, which is also an important indicator. We see that maybe their head-to-head is not really strong. 0-2, 0-1, 2-1, okay, tend to be under. But for what it matters to us in this example, we want to focus on in the next goal. So this is telling you by periods of 10 minutes, is telling you the possibilities to remain with 0, to have 1, to have 2 goals, or more than 2. But okay, so how to look at this? To the graph of the first half goal values over 0.5, just to show you how to interpret these ones. So we have here, of course, ignore from minute 45 because we're only looking at the first half. So it's a mirror graph. The lines are mirroring each other because it's the over 0.5 is against the under 0.5. So what we want to look here is we can tell that in around the minute number 4, 20, 25, 26, they switch places, and the probability of being over goes below that of being under. So that's a number to bear in mind. Minute 25, 26. At that point, usually the over 0.5 won't be as probable as under. But now let's go back. We've checked the graphic for the current season. There's a couple of things I like to check just to make sure that this game really tends to be over 0.5 halftime. The first one, if we go here on the right to database to use, let's check the previous season too. Let's click analyze my choices. And here in custom odds, we see that it's over 75%. That would be exactly my line. If it were below 75% the previous season, I will disregard this game. But it's right there. It's 75%, so I'm gonna keep it. And now the next one, again, back to the right, here in score and elapse. Let's change the range to 45, because we only care about the first half. Let's set the intervals to 15 minutes, so it will break the first half into 3 different periods. And last but not least, let's change next goal mode to dynamic. Okay, 45, 15, and dynamic. So click analyze my choices. And now here we have the next goal analysis broken into 3. Now this one is the most interesting for me. If we have here the whole period, so it'd be counting this season and the previous one, it'd be almost 75%, rounding up to 75% chances of being more than 0 goals. So if we click here into this graph, we see this beautiful colorful graph. We see all the different options to remain with 0, to have more than 0, to have total of 1, total of 2, more than 2. Now, this comes in handy when you're betting on different time periods. For instance, in Bet365, you can bet there's a goal in the first 10 minutes, or there's a goal between the minute 20 and 30. So it comes in handy to have an idea of when do these teams tend to have goals when they play. But as we only care about the over 0.5 halftime, let's double check here that in the minute 24, it will switch from remain with 0 to more than 0. It will, the probability here will flip. So basically this is telling us that we should keep an eye and enter tops at this time. Later than this time, the probabilities of having more than one go really off the roof. So again, we checked before, it was 25, now it's telling us 24. So basically, keep an eye after the minute 20 until the 24th. Okay, the numbers are cool. You're happy with to keeping an eye on the game. So for that, we're going to set an alarm. So if we go to, again, back to the pregame, I hope the guys in Betpractice add a little alarm button right there, so I don't have to go back, but a little food for thought. So if we go here, we create an alarm, and now always change this to live mode when you're betting, when you want an alarm from on live, and then go here to goal markets, and then just search for over 0.5. Make sure you select first half because this will be full time. And now I could enter this game if the odds go up to 2, only from 2. But rather than selecting here from 2, I like to put like 1.9 because that gives me some time from the moment that I receive the alarm until when I go to the bookmaker and place the bet. So I'm just gonna put from 1.9, and I'm gonna add this condition to my list. We don't really need to change the time if you don't want, because it's only first half, but just to make it clean, put it there. And now we add the condition. Now, I could save and activate, and Betpractice will send me the alarm whenever the odds reaches 2, if there hasn't been any goals, of course. But I would like to add an extra statistics here. I would like to know only when there has been at least 4 corners. Why is that? Because that could be an indicator for me that the game is open and there's being attacks. So I wouldn't like just to trust on the odds by themselves, because I won't be looking at the game because I'll be busy at that time. So at least I know now that there's been some movement in the game without the need of watching it. So let's select 4, and I want this to be added to my conditions. And now we have these 2 conditions, save and activate. Alarm was added. So now, here we go. We see that the alarm consists in 2 variants, the odds and the corners, in the time range we selected. And that's pretty much it. So here you have it. This is an example of how to use the new Betpractice suite to create a simple strategy for over half-time goals market. Remember that if you want to give Betpractice a go, you can get a 20% discount using the code MathProfits, and you have a link to the pricing page on the description of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and leave your comments and questions below. I'd also appreciate if you can share it with your friends. I'll be producing more videos exploring the different tools and functionalities of the new Betpractice suite with plenty of strategies and deeper analysis, so please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.